Okay, good day everyone. My name is Marijon Igo and welcome to my presentation. So today I'm gonna be showing you my solutions and discuss it on how I did it. So this is our course project. So we're going to make a video presentation for our solution. So let's go to our Java now. So as you can see here, I have here, I made two classes, which is client named client egot.java and client credit egot.java. So to give an overview of these two classes, this is client egot is the superclass, and credit egot.java is the subclass. So client egot consists our main method, and I also created another method. Like for example, this one here is our the main method is number not letter method, and account number validation method, and object array method. So I created this static method here in order to use this method anytime inside the program without using instance. Okay, so for our credit.egot class, we have here our getters and setters. So I populated automatically our getters and setters by using the refactor method. So as you can see, I have here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 getters and setters. So 5, 5. So we have 5 setters and 5 getters. So in order to automatically populate these setters and getters, so as I've said, I use a refactor, this one here. Okay, but before we can do that, we have to declare first our variable that we are going to use. So I declare a variable name, which is a string, and this is private. So this will be a protected variable, and also we have the credit account number, which is an integer. This is also a private, and we have here annual income, credit limit, and the credit balance. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 variables is the one that we are going to use in our program. So we can now populate or automatically populate the setters and getters using the refactor by clicking this one here and then encapsulate fields, this one. So since I already have here, so I'm just showing it here how to populate this one. Okay, so let's close this one. So as you can see, I have just minimized what's inside because the code is very long. We have 125 lines, so it's not easy to scroll up and down when you find something. So that's why I just minimize what's inside, and you can open and close this one like that. See? Okay, so now I'm going to explain my code. So first, let's go to the client egot.java class. So first, I import Java util input mismatch exception. So this is to handle exceptions in our program letter. So I also import Java util scanner this is to handle the input coming from the users to ask user to input something in the program. Okay, so this is our class, so client egot. So our class, inside our class is our main method. So public static void main string args, and then I declare a method, I declare an object which is came from here. This is what we asked to name that object. So it's an object array. So we are going to use an object array like this one. So credit blanco, this is example. So we also have our family name involved in the creation of our object array. So going back to our main class, so as you can see here, I have here credit egot cy is equals to new credit egot 9999. Okay, so this is my object array. So later on, I'm going to explain why I use this 9999. Okay, and we also have here since we use a scanner, so I'm going to make an object which is a scanner EC. So this is our object now, is equals to new scanner system.in. And I also declare a loop, which is a boolean that can be given a value to either true or false, like this one. Let's open our. So this is the creation of main menu selection. So as you can see, I have a do while loop. So this is from here and then up to here. So inside our do while loop, we have the try and catch, and we also have the switch cases. So as you can see, I have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cases. Okay, so let's close this for a while. Because I'm going to explain it line for line. So inside this do while loop here, we also have another do while loop from line 31 to line 54. And inside this do while loop here, I made a try and catch method in order to handle exceptions. So first, in the try, I print, please enter a number from the options to proceed. So this is what will come out when the program runs. Because here, as you can see here, the program main menu was been called here. So together, this will come out also. So that's why the output, you can see, please enter a number from the options to proceed. Okay, so then the selected menu, then the user is asked here to input from the choices or 1 to 6. So this is 1. And then inside this try, we have a condition. So I made a condition if selected menu is less than 1 or selected menu is greater than 6. So this is the condition. So if one of these condition, because this is or, I use a logical operator or, so meaning if one of these condition, for example, selected menu is less than 1, so meaning less than 1, 0 to negative. So example, the user input 0, so that will become invalid. Or if the user select, numbers greater than 6, for example 7, 8, 9, 10, so this will also become invalid. So meaning, if one of the condition here, either this condition or this condition, so the program will print invalid input. So we put valid selected menu is equals to false. So this is false. So meaning, if let's try it. Okay, so if we're going to try 0 and then enter, see, invalid input, so cannot be. And then if we are trying to the other condition, which is greater than 6, so for example 7, there is also an invalid. So what about 8, 9, so and so on and so forth. Okay, let's go back here. I also have another statement here. Okay, so this statement here is intended for closing the program if the user chooses to close the program. So I did not include this or make another number 6 here, case 6, so I just include it here. Okay, so we have another condition here. So if selected menu is equals to 6, so the program will print thank you for the transactions and goodbye. So meaning this will close the program and exit. So system.exit, so this will exit the program. So this came from the Java library, and put the status to 0, this one here. Okay, so that's it, and it will close the program. So let's try out. So if we put number 6, so here 6, we input number 6 here, and then it says thank you for your transactions and goodbye. So let's close this one. So now let's see our catch method. So this is used to handle also exceptions when the code block here in the try cannot handle the exceptions because of this condition here. This is only all about integers like 1, 2, 3, so about numbers. So because sometimes what if the user will type letters instead of numbers, so that's why I made this exception, which is the input mismatch exception, so an E. Okay, so system.out print ln, so same thing, it will print input invalid input. So and I also put ec.next here in order to clear the invalid input, because if the user use invalid input again and again and again, it will consume memory and the program will overbound. Okay, and the valid selected menu is equals to false, of course. And then to test this one, instead of inputting numbers or integers, so what if the user will input a letter? So let's try this one. So again, let's put letter A. See, it says invalid input. And then letter B. Okay, what if we will put another message here? Please input a number, or please type a number. Okay, so again, let's try. Letter P. See, please enter an invalid input, and then please enter a number from the options to proceed. Sorry. Okay, we'll close it first, so that what we have typed will be applied on the next. Okay, so let's letter G. See, invalid input, please type a number. See, so that is the use of the exceptions. So please type a number. Okay, so that is the use of our try and catch exception. So let's proceed. Now for making our new account. So this is for the new account. So first I declare is account number valid, which is a Boolean type, and this is switch statement. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 switch cases. So for switch number 1, let's open it. So this is our case number 1. So first I made a I made an object, which is new account. It is equals to credit.egot. And then I declare is name valid, which is a Boolean type, and I also declare name, which is a string type, and I initialize with a blank string here. Okay, let's proceed. I also have here a do while loop from line 67 to line 89. So inside the inside this do while loop, I also made another try and catch method again for our exceptions. Then inside this do while loop, I declare is name valid, and I give a value to true. And system.out print enter name. So this is for asking the user to print their name here. So inside our try, the scanner ns, I made again another object here, ns is equals to new scanner system.in, and then the name is equals to ns dot next line. So the user will input here. This is to ask user to input something in the program what is being asked. Okay, and I also have inside this try another condition. So if name that equals, and then our parameter here is a string, or is number not letter, and then our parameter is name. So as I'll explain this one. If the user did not type anything, so this is a blank string, they will just enter it, then it will become invalid. So that's why I have to print invalid input. And also if the user will type a number instead of letter. So because I think there is no name which is a number, right? So that's why I also use this one or tag this one as invalid. So I'll print out, print in and invalid input. So if is name valid, false. So this is false. So this is a method, is number not letter name. Inside this parameter we call the name, this one. So meaning what is being input will go here. So this is a method, we'll see here, is number not letter, this one. See? So public static, this is a static method, so that's why I can directly call it without creating an instance. So is number not letter string and then str. So I declare this one as str as a string. And then we have also a try and catch. So integer that parse and then str and then the return is true. And the exception is the number format exception. So this is useful, as I have said, if the user will type numbers instead of letters. So and will return false. So let's go back to our exception. So this one. So again, I use a logical operator. So meaning to test either of these two will be the one that typed by the user. So if the user type nothing, then it is invalid. So and if the user type an integer or a number, so this will also become invalid. So let's try it. Let's try that one. It's running. Okay. So again, we will choose a new account. So number one. So we will choose number one. So enter a name. So what if I type? I will not type anything, so I just enter. So see, it will say invalid input. So it came from yes, it came from here, invalid input. And again, is invalid input? Yes, it equals to false. Then if we have also our, since this is if, we have also our else here. So else is new account that set name. So meaning if the user type the valid type of name, so example my name Marijon, so the program will create an account for our user as a new account. So new, then the set name will be called. So from here, set name, this one here. So this one will be called, and using this new instance here, new account. That's why new account that set. This is how to call the method with which is not a static method. Okay, so the new account that set name, and then what will happen? So the account will be created if the user input the valid input. Okay, and we also have the catch or the exception. If the if the try block here cannot handle the exception. So this is for example, a catch exception, print invalid input, is name valid is equals to false, and then again is C, clear invalid input. So this is useful. Again, a while ago I said that when the user will type will type nothing, just enter, or the user will just type a number. So either of the two, so the system will print invalid input. So what if the user will type a number and a letter? So that's why we have our exception here. Okay, and our while, do while is name valid, not is name valid. So if is name is not valid, so meaning the program will loop back here. So the program will again print this one. So that's why you will see a while ago you've seen that the program will loop back this one, enter name if the user's input is invalid. Okay, so let's proceed for the annual income validation. So first, we validate the name, then this one, this time is for the annual income validation. So we also validate if the annual income is valid or not, because we have a condition also for the valid annual income. So for example, this is here the annual income, and this the credit limit they will get if they pass the annual income validity. So the validity is 200,000 and above, but not greater than 30,000. So if you pass this one here, then you will get a credit limit of 30,000. And 300,000 and above, but not greater than 500,000, the client or user will get 50,000. And when it is 500 and above, so the client will get 100,000 credit limit. Okay, so generate and display a random 4-digit account number and display also the credit limit. And the annual income below 200,000 here is not eligible for credit. So let's say this one. Okay. So first, we will look at the condition of that credit for validation. I think this is for the annual income. Set annual income here. So for in our setter here for annual income, public void set annual income. So annual income, and it is a double. And we also have throw exceptions here below. Okay. So now this is our condition. So we read a while ago this condition here. So this is it. So this is what I came up. So if annual income is greater than or equals to 200,000, and so I use logical operator, and annual income is less than 300,000. So I use and, so meaning in order the annual income to be valid, it must possess with these two condition. So the first is greater than or equal to 200,000, but less than 300,000. So, and the credit limit will be set to 30,000. So as you can see here, so 30,000. So this one. Then the second condition, if annual income is greater than or equal to 300,000 and the annual income is lesser than 500,000 and the credit limit will be set to 50,000. So that's why it's set credit limit and a parameter is 50,000. So here and 50,000 here. And the third one is if the annual income is greater than 500,000, so the credit limit will be 100,000. So set credit limit and its parameter is 100,000. And then the last condition, if annual income is less than 200, so this one, so this is not allowed, this is not eligible for credit. So annual income is less than 200,000. So we have a exception. So throw new exception. So we'll get a message, invalid input, and must be 200,000 and above, 200,000 pesos and above. So this is for the validation of the annual income. So this is the condition. So we'll close this one first and we'll go back to our main class. So first, I declare is annual income valid. So this is a Boolean type. And I also made a do while loop. And inside the do while loop, also I made a try and catch, this one, for the exception handling. And first, I print enter annual income so that the user will input their annual income. So system that out, print enter annual income. So I gave is annual income valid to true in order to print directly this statement here. That's why it is true. So and we have the try. So inside the try, we have this new account that set annual income and parameter of EC.next double. Now this here is intended for the user to input their annual income. So I call this set annual income, and here this one, as I said before, this is not a static. This is not a static method, so that's why we use an instance, this one, the new account, in order to call the set annual income. So we make it a new account that set annual income, and we will put inside the parameter here the EC next double in order for the user to input their annual income. So and then after that, we also print system.out print ln credit account successfully created if their account is valid, and also print ln credit account details. So this is a string literal, it's just a message, and then below these messages here, I call the display credit account details method, which is also here, display credit account details here. So this is not a static, so that is why again I use this instance here to call this one. So new account that display credit account details. So this new account here will be printed with these details here, with the credit details. And then we have the object, the CY, and the index of new account get credit account number. So also I call the get credit account number to be inside this index here. New get credit account number. So this one, I think credit account number, this one here, this one. Oops. This one, so I call this one. So this is not a static, so that's why I also use the account instance or object to call this one here and put inside this index. And now this all here will become the new account, or will be inside now to this new account object here. So for the catch exception, we have exception E, if E get message. So we use the get message in our library, in the Java library. And if this one, if the message is equals to null, then the system will print invalid input. Else, the system.out println E get also will be printed here. And is annual income valid? I set it to false. Okay, so while annual income is not valid, so not is annual income valid, so meaning the annual income is not valid. So when the annual income is not valid, like for example below 200,000, or let's say we just input 1 peso, 5 peso, or 10,000. So the system here, since this is a do while loop, so meaning the system will loop back here. So the system will prompt again the user to input their annual income. So it will go back again if the user will input, if the user's input is invalid. So let's try this out. Let's see, let's print. First, before we can, see number 1. So we'll choose number 1 for new credit account. So let's say number 1, and let's try Marie June. Got enter, and then our annual income. So let's say we will not let's test the invalidity of that code, that one, this one, invalid. So we will not input the right amount, which is not higher, from 200,000. So let's make it 150,000. So enter. So see, invalid input must be 200,000 and above. See? Okay. This is not the one being printed here. This is from income validation here. Where's that income validation? Okay, income validation, income. This one. This is the exception here. So this is the one being put on that one. This is the message because they get the message here. See, invalid input must be 200,000 and above. Okay, so that's why we use this get message here. Okay, now let's proceed. We'll now put the right amount. So for example, 300,500. See, created account successfully created, account details 549. But I think we have an error. So this one is again asking for an annual income. So meaning the system look back. So let's find that out. What happened? The system go back here. So inside this do while loop, okay. So we don't have a break. So let's put a break here. Okay, hope this will solve this problem. I forgot the break, or maybe I erase it, or I don't know. Okay, let's try again. So since this is not there right now, so I have to close this one. Again, we will run again the program. So number 1, Mari Jung Igot. Then annual income 350,500. 5,000. Yes. Okay. So it is okay now. So we have an account. So name Marijon Igot, and account number is 115, and the credit limit is 50,000. So this is base for our 350,000. So 300,000. We'll check to our program. Again here, 350. So where does it belong? Equal to 300,000 and less than 5. Okay, this one less than 500,000. So equal to 300,000, greater than or equal to 300,000. So from 300,000 until less than 500,000. So I think it's 4,999. Okay, that's why we get the output here of 50,000. So see again. See, 50,000. Okay, good. Now let's go back and our allowable purchase. I also include allowable purchase here. So I will explain that later as we go down deeper to our program. So now the system will look back into the menu, the first menu, because of this one here. After the program is successful, so it will look back to the main menu after displaying all of this one. Okay, and I forgot to mention or about this display account details here. So what's inside? Display account details, this one. So this is what I have written. I have printed the account name, which is a string, and also get name. So whatever the user input, so it will be stored in the set name, and we can access it through the get name method. So that's why if we call the get name here, so it will concatenate after this name here. So that's why in our output, we have the account name, and then this Marijon Egot here. Okay. And also the account number. So this is a string literal, and then we concatenate the get credit account number. So we call the get credit account number, and the output would be this credit number, the random credit number that the system has given to this. So which is 1155. So again, another thing is the credit limit, and then get credit limit. So the same thing. So we call the method here in order to concatenate with the string literal here. And also the get credit balance. So this time I use the decimal formatting. So I use this one because in dealing with numbers, example in money, it's hard to read. Example, the money is 6 digit, 7 digits, so it's hard to read. So that's why I put a decimal format in formatting. That's why I use this decimal format here, and also the decimal format I import. Okay, so this is I use this df1, this object here, in order to call and give this pattern here, its parameter. See, I call the df.format, and then the parameter will be the get. I call also here the get credit balance. So their balance will be displayed with now the format of decimal, decimal and thousands. And also this one, allowable purchase amount, I also formatted it with this df.format. So when you look at here, so it's very nice to see. So we have 50,000 with PHP, and then 1,000 comma, and then we have the decimal places, right? Decimal places. So credit balance 00, and allowable purchase is 50,000. We have a nice display of an easy to read display of this amount. Okay, so we are finished with the format. Let's close this one. Now let's go back to here. So we solved the problem. I forgot to put some break here. It's okay. Now let's proceed with number 2, which is the credit inquiry. So this one here, credit inquiry. So this is our case number 2, and again we use this one again for another exception. So if object array, or we call the object cy, system.out, invalid input, select option 1 for new account. So this is intended if the client, or if the user is going to choose number 2 in our menu, like this one. If they're going to select number 2 and they are not using this number 1 yet for account creation, so if they don't have account yet and then select number 2, of course it will invalidate the call. So now let's try that again. Let's see. But before that, let's proceed. So system.out print ln invalid input selection. I mean invalid input, select option for new account. So I printed this out in order for the user to know what to do. So in case they don't know, so they have to create account first before using this option number 2 here. So that is why we look through. So I made this one loop is equals to true in order if the again if the choose again number 2, then it will look back and it will say again select option as select option 1 for new account. And so let's test that now. Oops. So please enter a number from the options to proceed. I already have an account here, so I have to close this program to refresh it. Okay, so now I don't have account anymore because the program is closed. And let's try it if it works. Okay, so so I don't have account yet, so I'm going to select number 2. So select number 2 for the credit inquiry. When I press enter, invalid input. So it says select option 1 for new account. So again, so that's why I make a loop. See, invalid input, select option 1 for new account. So because of that loop, what I've said earlier, because of this one, it will go back here for this message here. And then if the input the valid one, so of course this one here will break and will proceed to the next block of code here. So now let's the program will proceed to account number validation. So this one, so this is intended for the account validation. So if the user have an account already and then he or she presses number 2 or option 2, so so the user needs to be validated, or their account number should be validated. So that's why I made a block of code here. First we have a do while loop from 100 from line 134 to line 154. So this is our do while loop here. So inside I declare is account number valid. So again I give a value to true in order to print this one directly. So when the program go inside here, so it will print enter account number. And then inside the do while loop we have a try and catch. So we explained it already, the reason for using try and catch for handling exception. So inside the try I use I declare a variable, so entered account number, and I think this entered account number is already declared here above. This one. So I use this variable and set it to sc.nextEnt, so integer. So this is to prompt user to input some integers because this is about an account number. So this 4-digit number or 4-digit integer. So and inside this try we have a condition. So in an if statement. So if entered account number, this variable here, is less than 1,000, so I guess I already explained this one. Did I explain this one already? No? Not yet. Okay. Sorry for that. Okay. So if entered account number is less than 100 or entered account number is greater than or equal to 10,000. So I use a logical operator here or in order to test between these two conditions. So if either of the two is being used by the user, for example, the account number he entered is less than 1,000, so it will become invalid. So the system will print invalid input. Or the user will enter more than 10,000 because we set our 4-digit number to less than 1,000. So the highest possible number is 9,999. So 4-digit number, so 4 nines, 9999. So when the user entered less than 1,000, so it's invalid. And the user entered greater than or equal to 10,000, so the system again will print invalid input. So please enter a 4-digit number. Okay. So for example, for the 1,000 example, less than 1,000. So I think it's 999. See, it's 3-digit only. And 500, so 500, 515, 313, or 1 or 2 or 3, so and so on. And this one, 10,000. So our valid number is 9,999. So it will go one higher, so will become invalid. So that's why the system should print invalid input. Please enter 4 number. So is account number valid? So we set I set it to false. Okay. Then we have the catch. So I explained this before about the catch. So in this scenario, in this case, we use this condition less than 1,000 and greater than. It's all about integer. It's all about numbers. Okay, because integer is a number, right? So my question is, that's why I include this one, the input mismatch. So what if the user will not or accidentally type letters instead of numbers? So of course the system should not validate that one. So that's why I use this one. So input mismatch a system.out print invalid input. Please enter a 4-digit number. And then I use the sc.next to discard invalid input. So is account number valid? So again I set that to false, and loop is equals to true, so that the program will loop back. So let's try this out. So about this exception, what I've said earlier, this is for letters instead of numbers. Okay, so now let's try it out. Okay, let us run again to test this one here. The invalidity of this input. My input mismatch. Okay, let's test this out. Run the program again. So we'll make an account. So number 1. So sample imat the cat. This is for my cat. And annual income is 250,000. So we have the account for my cat, imat, and its account number is 8410. So we have 30,000, and allowable purchase is 30,000. And so we are going to test if about the exception. So if the user will enter a literal or I mean a string, not yet an integer. So again, we will number 2, we will enter this one. So enter account number. So account number. So we will first test those from less than 1,000, which is only 3 digit, and higher than from 10,000 or higher. So let's test 989. So 987. See, invalid input. Please enter a 4-digit number. So what if I input 5-digit number, which is already 10,000? For example, 3 4 3 5 6 1 2 3 4. So a 5-digit number, which is above 10,000. So it is invalid. And if I'm going to input a string, which is a letters, example this one. See? So that is the use of this catch here. So he will the catch will handle the exception that this try block cannot handle. So because its condition is all about only for integers. So the rest, the catch will catch it and handle those exceptions. So, and for the while, is account number valid? So not is account number valid. So the account number is not valid. So again, so this is a do while loop. So the system will loop back here. So and print again this one, and ask again the user to input a number. And if this time the user will enter a valid account number, of course, the system will now proceed with another block of code. But we still have in our while here, we still have a condition. So let's so we still have a condition for the while here. So if the account number is not valid, so we have a condition here. If account number validation, so enter the account number. So the entered account number by the user. This is a variable we declared before, and we have the object, our object cy, and so we call that one account validation. So this is a method, account validation method, and we put the parameter inside and the entered account number and the account cy. So this is account number validation here. Method, account number validation method. I think the account number validation is here. Okay, this one. So this is again a static This is a static method. That's why I can directly call it without using an instance. So that is why. So this is account number validation. So we have parameter here, account number, which is the integer, and the credit EGOT, which is the accounts. One here. And we declared here a is account number valid, which is a boolean, and we set it to false. So we also have a condition here, a credit EGOT account or account for accounts. So this is for this account here. And if account is null, meaning if account is valid, so the system knows that there is an account with that account number, so the system will continue. But if account that get credit number so is equal to account number, so is account number valid and set it to true, so it will break, so it will stop. Then we have a return is account number valid. So if we see here, we go back for number 2, yes, 1. If we go back here, account number, if this is also the condition here, so if account number is not null and account number get credit number, so we call the credit number, the account number is equals to entered account number. So they are matching the account number entered plus the account number that is being stored in the system. So this one, they're matching. So if they match, so the system will print the account details. So this is just a string, but after that it again the display credit account details will be called here in order to support this here above. So just like what you've seen here, credit account details, and then this one here belongs to this one, the display credit account details. And then since it's already displayed like this, so the system will break because I put a break here. Okay, and we also have an else for the F here. This one, I am in here. So else. So if the account number entered did not match with here, if they didn't match, so the system will go here. So it will print account number entered does not exist. So meaning the account number after the system match the account number by the entered by the user and the account number that is stored in the system. So the system will print the account number and then entered account number. So what is being entered, it will put here, it will concatenate with this string literal here, and does not exist. So print again, the system will print enter account number. So they will ask again to input again their account number, and after that I'm going to discard the invalid input. So let's try this one. So if the account number does not exist, so that the program is still running. And again, I'm going to let's close this one. Let's run again. Again, let's make it very quick. January, June, and annual income 250,000. So we have now a credit account. So let's test number two, and then we enter the wrong account number. So my account number is 2743. So 2743, example 1, 2, 3, 4. So it says account number 1234 does not exist. So this is what the else is doing here. Okay. So does not exist. Okay, it's very clear, right? And then the program will print again the enter account number and the prompt to input again. See, as you can see here, enter account number again. So this time I'm going to make it right. So 2743, I'll input here 2743. Oops. Two, 743. Again. I think we have a bug here. So again, it's number 2, then 2743. Okay, so again the system again print my details. Okay, here. So let's close the program first. And close this one. Okay, so let's this is the end of the case 2 from line 129. So this one. So let's proceed with the case number 3, which is about the purchases. This one here. So this is all about purchases. So in this, in case number 3, again, I already explained this one, but the same thing happened here. So if object array parameter is CY, and will print invalid input and invalid input for it will print invalid input selection option for new account. So if the input invalid thing, like instead of numbers we input letters. So now let's proceed with account number, validate account number to purchase. So again, this is the same thing to validate the account number. I've already explained this, and it also applies here. So this one, and also the input mismatch exception. So this is all about the validation of account number. So let's proceed with the request about their purchase. So here we will start here from line 209. If account number validation, the same thing. So I already explained this one here. So they are the system is tasked to compare the entered account number versus the account number that is being stored in the system memory. So this one, this condition here. So again, the only different from before is the print, is the display. So we display here the purchase successful if the entered account number and the account number that is stored in memory matches. So the system will print this first account that purchase. So this purchase method here came from here. Purchase. This one, the last. So we have a non-static method. So that's why I use this account, this instance here, in order to call this one. So by doing this one, account that purchase. So now this purchase is now being called here to display, and next is to print purchase successful. So what's inside with this purchase? So let's see this one. So inside this purchase, I intend to print some invalidity, like this one, invalid amount, or the allowable purchase for invalid input. So first, I declare a valid purchase amount, which is a boolean, and then amount of purchase, which is a double, and I initialize it to 0. And I have here a do while loop, so in order to look back if the amount is not valid. So that's why I use again a do while loop here. So inside the do while loop, I declare a valid purchase amount, and then I set it to true. So I set it to true in order to print directly this one. So enter purchase amount. So after this printing this message here, so we have a try and catch again method here for our exceptions. So inside the try we have I declare a new method here, which is SC for our scanner. Scanner EC is for the new scanner system. And now this is our new object, SC, so we'll use that. So amount of purchase variable, I already declared this one here, amount of purchase. And then I give this a value of this one for the input from the user. So the system will now ask the user using this print here, enter purchase amount. So the user should input their needed purchase amount. So and then inside the try, we have a condition. We have two conditions. So the first condition is the if statement, which is if amount of purchase is equal, so is equal to 0. So if it is 0, so the system will print invalid amount. So and then it must not less than 1 peso. So this is what is asked to our came from here. about the purchases. This one. See, the credit account number is valid, so input amount purchased not less than 1 peso and not greater than the credit limit and the allowable purchase amount. So, not less than 1 peso. So, if it is, the purchase is equal to 0, if we put 0. So, valid purchase amount, so I set to false. And then the second option condition is if amount of purchase is greater than the allowable purchase amount. So this is also a method, allowable purchase amount. I have a separate method for this. And this one, allowable purchase amount, this one. This is this one, allowable purchase amount. And if the amount is greater than the allowable purchase, so it becomes invalid amount. So the system will print now. I program it. This one, invalid amount. So allowable purchase amount limit exceeded. So valid purchase amount is equal to false. So again, I said it false. And then we have our catch. Exception. So E, system out, invalid input. So valid purchase amount is equal to false. So we will try it later. First, we try to the while from the do while loop. So this is while and is not valid purchase amount. So this is a do while loop. So if the valid purchase amount is not valid, so the system will look back here to enter again the purchase amount. Okay, so let's try. Let's try this out. Okay. So again, let's run the program. So, do I already have a program? It's running. No? Okay, so we'll create again another one. So again for IMAP, GCAT, and the annual income is just 150,000. So we have now the account for IMAP, and account number is 8417. So we have the credit limit of 30,000. So let us test its validity. Wait. First, let's test the amount is equal to 0 if we just put 0 on it. So let's test it what the system. So we hope to print this one. Again, so let's put, please enter, we are going to purchase, so let's try number 3. So enter account number, so account number 8417 here, 8417, then enter purchase amount. So let's try 0. So invalid amount must not less than 1 peso. So this is correct. So this is this one. So now let's try if the amount of purchase is greater than the allowable purchase amount. So since we know the allowable purchase amount, so let's try that out. Amount of purchase. So see how much is the allowable amount. So the allowable amount purchase of the amount is 30,000. So 30,000 greater. So let's 35,000. So invalid input. So allowable purchase amount limit exceeded. So again, the system prompt again to let the user input again. So this is correct. See, invalid input. And then what is the use of this catch here? So our try method deals with like 0, and because it must be above 1 peso and not more than the allowable purchase. So that is the exception that the try block can handle. So again, what if you have to put anything? Example, this one. See, invalid input. So that is the use of this catch. This one, this catch here. That's why it's good to use the try and catch method for handling exceptions. So okay, and here I put the set credit balance. This is a declaration for the computation of the amount of purchase. For example, this one, set credit balance. And then I call this set credit balance and will be plus amount of purchase. So this is used for the computation. This one. Plus the interest here, the 3% interest, and also the credit balance plus interest is equal to interest. This is the computation for the credit balance and allowable purchase. So this one. Okay. Okay, so let's close this purchase here. So we'll go back to purchase here. So system data printer and purchase successful. So new credit balance will print again. We call the display credit balance, and we already seen this one here. So new credit details, then credit balance. And then this is the credit details. And this is the string literals that print before the calling of the method. This one. This two here. Then we call the display credit balance here. So okay, again, let's proceed. So we are finished with, or we are done with this one. Let's close the program first. Okay, interpurchase. Okay, by the way, let's proceed to try it with the exact amount. Okay, so the exact amount is 30,000. So we already tried 0. So what if we use 35,000 or 34,000 here? So invalid amount, allowable purchase limit exceeded, when the purchase amount. Oh, wait. How much? 34,000. sorry. I forgot. It's only 30,000 allowed. So, okay, so 25K. Okay. So it says purchase successful. So new credit balance and the account details, new account details has been displayed here. So we have a credit balance of 25,750. So this is because we have a 3% interest, and then now the allowable purchase is now 4,250 only. So because of those computation here, display this, because of this computation here. So see, credit balance times 3%. Uh, that is why we have 25,750. So let's check it. So 25,000. We purchase 25,000 times 0.03, so 3%. So it's 750. So we add the 25,000. So this is correct. 25,750 is the new credit balance. So we'll check the allowable purchase. So why is this one is 4,250 only? So this is the computation for the allowable purchase amount. So as what we have seen here, allowable purchase amount is the difference between the credit limit and the credit balance. So therefore, this one here, allowable purchase amount, so return is a double this credit limit. So credit limit minus credit balance. So that is why in our output, we have only left 4,250. So credit limit minus the credit balance. So credit limit minus credit balance. So our credit limit is 30,000. So minus our balance is 25,700. So we have 4,000. We have a 50. Sorry. Our credit limit is 30,000 minus 25,750. 25,700. 25,750. Okay, was 4,250. So this is correct. So our computation here is correct based on our code here. Here, in this allowable purchase amount. So credit limit minus credit balance. Okay, next. So we have displayed the credit balance, and let's proceed. So our cache exception here, system.out_print. So we'll get the message. So the invalid input, you've seen it earlier. And or else, we have system out, we have to print this account number plus entered account number does not exist, so the same thing. So this is for the account number validation. So again, the system will print again the enter account number message, and then the user will input again the account number. So this is the end for case number 3, and I think we all talk about the number 2. I mean number 3, the purchase. So let's proceed with number 4 for the payment. So this one. So this is case number 4. Let's open it. So again, I already explained this one. We just copy it here in order to print this for invalid input connection. Okay, and then we'll proceed. I also have a do while loop here, and inside the do while loop, the try and catch. So this is for the payment. So let's see it. On the first try, we already talked again. This one, this is for account. For the account number validation. So this is for account number validation here. And then we already talked about the input mismatch exception. So if the user will input a letter instead of integers, this one because the exception here cannot the try block cannot handle this exception here because this is all about integers. So let's proceed with the if statement here. Let's check this out. So if again this is for the validation, still for the validation of the account number and what is entered by the user. This condition here will check if the entered account number is matched with those in the memory of our system. So in the try, we call the remaining balance in order to make a purchase. So we call the remaining balance. So if the account number entered and the account that is in the memory of our system match, so the remaining balance will be called here. So remaining balance, see, and then we also have the catch for any exceptions that might encounter that the try here cannot handle, and we loop it back to main menu after the display of this remaining balance here. And we also have an else, print account number, enter account number does not exist. So if the account number after checking here didn't match, so the system will print in the entered account number, and then it will say that this account number does not exist. So again, it will print enter account number and prompt again the user to input their account numbers. So now let's proceed. Okay, now so let's proceed with closing the credit account, which is our case number 5. So this one. So again, just copied it just like before here in order to print the invalid selection for new account. So invalid input, select option 1 for new account. So again, I said again that this is intended if the user will choose option number 5 and he or she or they don't have any account yet being created. So that is why this one will print in the screen if they choose number 5 for for close credit account if they don't have an account yet. So let's proceed. Inside our case, we have again a do while loop. So again, this is for account validation. So we always, because we are told that we always validate before doing any transaction. So that's why I make this code again and again, so try and catch. So we already talked about this for the account validation, and also here, if the account number and the account of the user match, an account number that is being stored from the system match with the account entered by the user, so the system will proceed and print the account and print the to close account method. So this is, the system will call the close to close account method. So the system will call the close account method. So this one, to close account. See it? To close account. Where is it? To close. This one. So this is our public void to close account method, and it has a exception. So through the exception here at the bottom, this one. And again, this is not a static method. That's why here, when I cannot call it directly using just this one, so I have to make it this one, account that to close account. So using this one. So I think I explained this a lot, and also this one. So let's proceed here first for the to close account method. So we have throws exception, and I declare user account number, which is a boolean, and a string, which is a reply, and I initialize to a blank string. I also have a do while loop here. So from line 141 to line 163. So so again, I gave a value of this variable user account number is equal to true. So I give a value to true. And next is I have an if statement here. So from here to here. So this is the else. So inside this if statement, so we have the condition here. If get credit balance, this is a method. Meaning if the credit balance is equal to 0, so the system will print, do you want to close account? And then they will ask to confirm by typing Y or N for yes or no. So inside the if statement, this one, inside the if statement, we have the try and catch to handle any exceptions that might come in. So we declare an object again. We make a new object, which is SC for scanner, SC, and I give it value to reply. So reply is equal to, so I give this one as a value for this variable reply. So and or this one is used to prompt the user to input. So this is for input. And the exception E, user account number is equal to false. So whatever exceptions that this try cannot handle, so this catch will handle the rest. So for example, like our our condition here, if it is equal to 0, so then we have an else, print ln. So to close the account, you must pay the remaining balance. So this else is applicable only or will print if the user still have a balance from their account. Okay, so this will print to close the account, you must pay the remaining balance. And then I format it, I call the credit balance to concatenate with this string here. So it will say that to close the account, you must pay the remaining balance of, so whatever the remaining balance of this user has or have. And we have the while from this do here, the while loop. So while not user account number. So if user account number is not valid, and then we still have, before looping back here, if the user account number is not valid, so we still have an if statement here, if else statement, and then we have the true and the else. So if reply that equals ignores case y, so meaning if the user equals yes, type yes for this question here, do you want to close your account? Okay, so y or n. So if it says, if they type yes, so the system will print transaction confirmed, your account is now closed. So we have a exception here, true new exception message, the closure of the account has not been confirmed. If they will not type yes, either no, once, because this is y or n. So this is the else. So for the n, okay. I think that's all for this one. So we are going to try this code block, its functionality. So after the exception here, it will break and proceed to the bottom here. So print account number entered does not exist. So this is here, if the account number entered mismatch, so with this condition here. So I think I already told this one. I already discussed this one. So that's all for the case number 5, which is for the closing of credit account. So meaning if the account user still have, or if they have balance on their accounts, so they need to pay before closing the account. So let's try that out. So again, this is running. I think we need to close this one for it to refresh. So we'll make a new account. So demand that enter annual income is 250,000. So we have created an account. So let's try to purchase. So purchase is number 3. So enter account number to validate. So our account number is 6670. 6670. Enter purchase amount. So our case, what's our case? So we need to check this one. Do you want to close your account? But before that, we need to check this one first because I still have, so I didn't pay yet. So let's check that one. Okay, so I want to close my account. So number 5. Ay, sorry, I have to purchase first. I'm going to purchase 25,000. So now purchase successful and new credit balance is 25,750, and then this is my allowable purchase. So I have a balance of 25,750. So what if I'm going to pay 25,000 only? So I'm going to pay number 4, so it's payment. So enter account number 6670. Enter amount of payment of not less than 1 peso, not greater than 25,750. So let's pay just 25,000. So the 750 will remain. That's the interest. So your payment amount of 25,000 is successful. So your new credit balance is 750. So correct. So now it adds to my allowable purchase became 29,250. The 25,000. Okay, so I have a 50 credit balance. So now let's try to close our account. So number 5 for closing the account. Enter account number 6670. Please enter a number from the options to proceed. Oh. No. After entering the account number, so it's validated. So to close the account, you must pay the remaining balance of 750 pesos. The closure of the account has not been confirmed. So it look back to the main menu. So I have to pay this 750 before closing the account. So I have to pay. Go to the payment. Number 4. Then enter account number 670. 670. Enter the amount of payment of not less than 1 peso and not greater than PHP 750. So I'm going to, what if I'm going to pay more? So 760. So that's our, I think that's the first exception. See, please pay not more than your remaining balance. And then enter the amount of payment not less than 1 peso, not greater than 750. So this time I'm going to pay the exact amount. So 750. So enter. Then your payment of 750 is successful. So your new credit balance is 0 and allowable purchase now back to 30,000 pesos. So I don't have a balance anymore. So let's try to close this account. So 6670. 6670. Please enter a number from the options to proceed. So I have to close the account. So I choose this one, number 5. Okay. So enter the account number. So my account number again, 6670. CS6203. Do you want to close your account? So confirm by typing yes and for yes or no. So let's try no first. Okay, no. So no. So the closure of the account has not been confirmed. So the system look back to the main menu. So again, let's close the account. 5. So enter the account number 6670. There. Enter. Do you want to close your account? Confirm by tapping yes or no. So if I said yes, why? Either capital or small. So let's try capital letter Y. So we already code that for the uppercase and lowercase section. So transaction confirmed. Your account is now closed. So I don't have account anymore. So let's try to inquire. So let's choose this number 2 for credit inquiry. So let's choose number 2. Invalid input. So please enter a number from the options to proceed. Invalid input. Select option 1 for new account. So I don't have an account anymore. So the system knows. That's why this message and then select option 1 for new account. So I should have to register again. Okay, to see more of the functionality of the program, so let's try to create more accounts and try to pay and close. Okay, so let's run program first. So the first account is my account, so I have to choose number 1. So enter Marie June Egot, and my annual income is 460,000. And so I have now a credit account which is my credit limit is 50,000 and my account number is this. So I need to jot down first the account number. So 9497 EGOT. And next I'm going to create for IMAT. So 1, another account, IMAT Bicat. Then for annual income is like 250,000. And please enter a number from the options to proceed up. So we have the new account, credit account successfully created by IMAT. So its account number is 8987. So 8987 for IMAT. So what if I need another more account? So again, number 1, and for example Chippy. Oops. I mean Chippy the dog. And then annual income is 350,000. So we have account number for Chippy and 3141 Chippy. Okay, so what if I'm going to using I'm going to purchase example number, the purchase is number 3, going to purchase for my account 9497. So enter purchase amount, so 24, what if 45,123? So purchase successful. Your new credit balance is 46,350. Okay, so again, make another purchase. Is number 3 is a purchase, right? Yes. And the account number for IMAT 8987. And then the purchase amount is 18,500. So purchase successful. Then I'll purchase again for GP 3141. And purchase amount is 16,000. So purchase successful, this one. And so we have 3 accounts created with purchases. So what if I'm going to pay number 4? Let's say I'm going to pay for inter account number. So I'm going to pay for GP 3141. So enter the amount of payment of not less than 1 peso and not greater than 16,480. So 16,480. So I'm going to pay 16,480. 16,000 only. So your payment of 16,000 is successful. So my new balance is 480. So again, I'm going to pay for IMA. So I'm going to pay for IMA. So the account number of IMA 8987. Enter the amount of payment of not less than peso and 19,000. So I'm going to zero the balance of 19,055. So I just copy it and put it here. 19,000 without the zero decimal. 19,055. Okay, enter. So your payment of 19,000 is successful. New credit balance is 0. And then allowable to purchase is 30,000. So again, I'm going to pay for my account 9497. Enter the amount payment not less than, so 46,300. So I going to just pay 46,000. So 46,000. So your payment of 46,000 is successful. So new credit balance is 350 pesos. So I want to close account with GP, but first I want to know if how much is my balance. So I'm going to choose this one for credit inquiry. And then account number for GP is 3141. Enter. So account details is 1. So my credit balance is I still have 480 pesos. So I want to pay that so that I can. I try to close the account for GP. Okay, so number 5, I choose number 5, and GP is 3141. So to close the account, you must pay the remaining balance of 480. So the closure of the account has not been confirmed. So I have to pay this 480 pesos. So I'll go to the payment. So number 4. So please enter the account number, 3141, and then enter the amount to pay. So 480 is my remaining balance. So this one. So enter. So your payment of 480 pesos is successful. So I have now a credit balance of 0. So I'm going to close this account. Close account. Please proceed. Number 5. Number 5 is the closing of account. So 3141 for GP. So do you want to close your account? Confirm by typing yes or no. Yes, I want to close my account. So now, transaction confirmed. Your account is now closed. So I don't have an account for GP. So I want to I'll go to number 2. So I'll inquire for my account, which is 9497. So this is my account details. So I have a credit balance of 350. So I'm going to pay that before closing my account. So I'm going to pay payment is number 4. So the account number is 9497. So enter the amount of not less than 1 peso and not greater than 350. So 350. Okay, so your new amount, your payment amount of 350 pesos is successful. So I have now a 0 credit balance. So I'm going to close my account. Number 5. So enter account number 9497. So do you want to close your account? Confirm by typing yes. So yes, I want to close my account. See, transaction confirmed. Your account is now closed. So for GP and my account, Marijon Igot is now closed. So one account left for IMAT, for my cat. Okay, so I'm going to number 2 for credit inquiry. So what if I'm going to enter the old account of my account 9497? So 9497. See, account number 9497 does not exist. Enter account number. So I'm going to enter again the account number of GP, which was been closed already. So 3141 is GP. So now the system is look. So now the system go back to the main menu because of so much invalid input. Okay, so we already confirmed that those accounts that we entered is now closed. So again, we still have one account left. So for again, inquire, enter account number. So for IMAT 987. So we still have the account of IMAT here. And then IMAT doesn't have any balance. So let's close the account for IMAT. So number 5. Enter account number. So the account number for IMAT is 8987. So 8987. Do you want to close your account? Confirm by typing yes. So yes, we want to close. So transaction confirmed, your account is now closed. So I don't have, so this account left in the system. So what if I type 2 for inquiry? So see, because the system doesn't have any account left yet, so it will print, please enter invalid input, select option 1 for new account. So again, number 2 is tested. See, same thing. Invalid input, select option 1 for new account. So, so our test is successful, and we will end this program by selecting this number 6 here for the accept. And it says, thank you for the transactions. Goodbye. Okay, I think I already explained everything. So, thank you for watching and have a good day.